Hi, I am so glad you're here and I hope you're doing well. And I'm laughing because this is about the 13th time I pressed start on my iPhone to capture this video. My phone flipped over in its little tripod and I stumbled over my words. And I was reminded of two things actually. Someone on a video I heard earlier this week saying, if you're new to putting videos up on YouTube, trust me, your first few videos are really going to suck. And boy, isn't that the truth. And if you are sitting with a phone in your hand or in front of your laptop and you're watching this, God bless you for hanging in there with me because, yeah, there's a good chance this could suck. And it also makes me think of one of my favorite writers, Anne Lamott, who said, to just write the crappy first draft. And it's where good things come from and creating, and it's always messy, and that's okay. And that's not at all what I'm here to talk about today. I actually wanted to talk a little bit about letting go and how letting go of how you thought things would turn out isn't the same as giving up. But first, I have a question. I'm wondering what your favorite season is, or what your least favorite season is. And I can say for me, without a doubt, my least favorite season is winter. I feel like I'm kind of stuck in a perpetual winter right now. It's mid-February here in South Dakota. We've had some below 0 days this week. I think our high today may have actually hit 20, so that was nice to see some blue sky and sunshine, but still not beautiful weather. I love springtime and the new life and the renewal that brings, going out into our state parks and seeing the baby bison and whitetail fawns and the wildflowers blooming. And as summer approaches, getting out and hiking the trails and having time to hike and think and meditate on a sunny hillside or walking in a cool forest in the fall. Nothing beats fall in the Black Hills. But it's during these months when not only am I out and about and really enjoying the beauty of this region, but it's when I'm out working with my clients and taking pictures of families at the lake, or working with a client in their location and doing a food shoot for a new menu, or going out and getting some drone shots of a new building. It's a lot of hours and a lot of work and a lot of warmth and a lot of sunshine, and things are moving fast, and there's a lot of work to be done. Whereas right now, in the winter months, not only is it cold and dark and moving slow in a physical sense, but also in a business sense. I live in a very small community of about 2,000 people, and it's seasonal. It's just a tourist town, and the bulk of the clients that I work with are closed during this time of year, and the work I do for them is very minimal. Additionally, there has been a huge shift in the way people spend time online. You've probably noticed that in yourself and how you're spending time online and on apps. And you may have noticed that there's been a really big shift in how content is being delivered to us on social media platforms, such as this one, but mostly on platforms like Facebook and Instagram. Completely changed. And I have a number of clients who are wondering if that is where they want to invest, which means if they're not investing there, they're not investing with me. And as a social media manager and as a photographer, that means that the winter months have gotten really cold and pretty lean. So yeah, kind of a struggle right now, but we go through seasons in our life, right? As humans, not only the seasons on the calendar, but every few years, sometimes every few months, the seasons in our life changed, and we are invited, sometimes forced, sometimes it's out of necessity, to reinvent ourselves by learning some new skills, by changing our lifestyle, whatever the case may be. Constantly growing. If we're not growing, we're just stagnant, and that's not where any of us want to be. But I can say it's been rough. Yeah, I'm ready for springtime. I'm ready for that busy time, because right now things are awfully quiet. Certainly aren't many families wanting to book that family session at the lake when it's 8 degrees. And yeah, I don't know what's next. I was actually visiting with a friend a few days ago who's very left-brained, and I'm so far right-brained that I turn myself in circles. My creative mind is way right, or way right, whichever way the camera's taking you right. Just visiting with her about, her job and how things are going with her family, and I'm kind of, venting about how things are going with my job or lack thereof. And she shook her head and said, "I don't know why you don't just quit. Why do you put yourself through this? It seems so stressful. You've been doing this freelance work all this time, and you're just constantly hustling. You work all the time." And I laughed and said, "Well, I don't think I'm employable anymore. I've been doing this for a long time, and for a fair chunk of time." And I realized this week that 2 days ago, actually, marked the 10-year anniversary of getting fired. I worked for one of the largest corporations in the country for a number of years. Most of us were remote as field managers. We did a lot of traveling, but our offices were based out of our homes. And as the company decided to shift and move in a different direction, it meant that they were letting go of the bulk of their employees. So myself, along with hundreds of other field managers, woke up one day to a phone call saying, effective immediately, you're no longer employed. So we went from having a very comfortable salary, a company car, and health insurance, to learning how to fill out unemployment forms. And because I live in a very small community, and it was February, and most of the businesses in town were closed, there weren't a lot of income opportunities for me. And sure, I could have taken a job at the grocery store, or as an admin behind a desk at a local office. Nothing against those jobs whatsoever, but I needed to replace the income that I had lost, and taking a local job wouldn't have done that. So I started my own business, and I had done some marketing and social media work when I was with my corporate employer, and I decided that I would start my own social media management business. I took a heck of a lot of classes and brought on my first few clients, took more classes, let a few clients go. Some of them let go of me. It wasn't a good fit, and continued to build, continued to learn. And a few years later, I added the photography service and the portraiture part of my business. And a couple years after that, life kind of imploded again, and I found myself in the middle of a messy divorce. And it turns out that was a blessing. It was time. It was time to let that go. But it meant starting over. And starting over in a very big way, much in the same way I did when I'd lost my job. Starting over financially and skill-wise, but this time doing it all by myself. And it was hard. That was a long, hard season. And I feel a little bit like I'm stuck in Groundhog Day. Like that season is back. That season is back. Another long, cold, dark winter, and trying to figure things out because of the shift and the change. And I don't know what I'm going to do, but springtime is on the horizon, and things are changing, and that's good, because if you're not changing, you're stagnant. So I don't want to be stagnant. I don't want the marketing world to be stagnant, and moving forward. But I did not come on video today to complain about how stuck I am in my life and my work and my frozen solid career, but to let you know that if you are in a season of your life where things are feeling very wintry, you're in your 40s or your 50s or older, and you're going through a divorce, or you're having to sell your house or make a move, or you lost your job, or you're having to learn a new skill set. It's scary. And you're not alone. It's a tough time in life to be going through such big transitions. But there's a lot of us out there that are going through this. You know, gray divorce and career changes in your 50s, and financial upheaval when you should be thinking about going into retirement. It's real. And you're not alone in this. As I know, I'm not alone in this. And if you're going through that winter season, I'd love for you to leave a comment and be part of the conversation. Let others know that you're not in this alone. And there's hope. There's hope. Summer's coming. And if your winter season is behind you and you're on the other side, and you have some words of encouragement that you'd like to share, leave a comment. I would love for you to do that. Would also love for you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't, the like button. This is all new and scary, and could be part of the next season for me. So I'm glad that you decided to stick with it, that you're here for the journey. I'm hoping that my next video may be from the trail or from out on a frozen lake. Good place to think, to ponder the future. And I live in the Black Hills. Even in the winter months, it's pretty hard to stay away from those landscapes. Thank you for being here. We'll see you in the next video.